Ace, there was a lot of speculation, the buildup in your draft process. You know, you seem pretty happy to me to be going to Utah. What do you say to people that maybe just don't believe that?
I mean, I can control what I control. So how they feel, how they feel. But to my team and me, me focusing on the basketball and them doing what they're doing. So it happens.
Your overall thoughts about getting selected by the Jazz?
Just a blessing. I mean, to look at me smiling hard right now because I know the hard work, the sacrifices, the blood, the sweat, the tears, not just from me, but my family put into this. So to look at me and just smiling at me right now. So I'm just blessed to be here.
Had you had any idea they had any interest in you?
No idea.
The 2025 NBA draft happened about a week ago, and there were a couple of things that happened, and I didn't get to cover it at that time. And one of the most controversial stories to come out of the NBA draft is one Ace Bailey. So Ace Bailey, he was picked 5th overall in the NBA draft in the first round, and he was taken by the Utah Jazz. So Ace Bailey never wanted to be drafted to the Utah Jazz, and Ace Bailey, who already had the confidence of a basketball star, made it clear that he only wanted to play in a specific team and wanted a specific landing spot, and he was nearly moved to tears when he got drafted by the Jazz and things did not go his way. After his name was called on draft night, his reaction went viral, and as you can see on the videos and especially the live feed from ESPN, his face showed a lot of disappointment. He was less than pleased with the result, and he went ahead and expressed it. Things even went from bad to worse behind the scenes. You could even see he missed the team flight, and Ace behind the scenes when his name was called and he already did the pressers, the interviews, Ace was seemingly caught wiping away tears after what he discovered and experienced on draft day, being picked by the Jazz. So he came out and, in a post-game presser, which you're going to look at, and he tried to clear his name because he got a lot of backlash, especially from the NBA community, from NBA analysts. Everyone was calling him out on what he was saying. So his controversial pre-draft stance. So Ace Bailey, a highly touted prospect, explicitly said he wanted specific NBA landing spots, so include the Wizards, the Pelicans, the Nets, and did not want to be drafted by the Utah Jazz. He aimed to join a team where he could be immediately a star, and he wanted to be the first option on the team. And you could see this level of arrogance when he came out, and even his camp, there was a refusal to participate in workouts. So Ace Bailey declined invitations from several teams in the draft range and did not participate in any known pre-draft workouts, a move that baffled NBA executives and raised concerns about his attitude and strategy. So this is something that has never happened before, and seeing somebody who is getting drafted is going to be a rookie and moving as if this is an NBA free agency move where he dictates where he wants to go, it kind of rubs people off the wrong way, especially NBA executives, people who sign the checks, they draft the contracts that you're supposed to sign. This one was a new experience, and it's coming off the fact that, NBA college athletes now recently, they're making money, they're coming in as millionaires, so there's that specific entitlement that they have, and they move on with it. They move on with that air of entitlement, and they move in a way that they want to dictate, even if it's a rookie and he's not even played in the hardwood yet. We've not seen him play in a basketball game in the NBA, and they move on like that. So it was crazy. So his emotional draft night reaction when drafted by the Utah Jazz, a team that he didn't prefer, Bailey's visible disappointment and borderline inconsolable reaction went viral, and a lot of people are talking about it. NBA analysts, NBA players, I saw, especially NBA Twitter, it was aflame, and when the draft was going on, you could see his face, his reaction was going viral. So there's that belief that he's a top tier talent, and it's true because Ace Bailey and his camp believed that he was a top 3 player in the 2025 NBA draft after Cooper Flagg and Harper. So he, moved on with like that. So and Ace Bailey's camp and Ace Bailey sought a situation for immediate stardom, reportedly telling teams not to draft him if they couldn't offer him a clear pathway to develop into a franchise cornerstone. So this one was crazy, man. Then there was that confidence versus arrogance arrogance that it was teetering around the two. Bailey's confidence has potentially bordered on arrogance at this point, noting that his strategy could backfire and that his combined interviews and preparations left too much to be desired, especially when it came to him blowing off team workouts, asking money for interviews. Those are the reports that came out at that time, so it was crazy. Then the Jazz's decision, which was very bold, and I must say Danny Ainge did not care about this guy. Ace Bailey was specific. He didn't want to get drafted at top 5, and he even came out and said, through his camp, he said, don't draft me, don't pick me. But the Jazz were bold, and the Jazz's decision, despite Bailey's apparent disinterest, the Utah Jazz, led by Danny Ainge, drafted him anyway at pick number 5, prioritizing talent over his preferences. And to be honest, Ace Bailey was good. He is a very good player, very good athlete, but the way that he went about it in the wrong way. And right now, he has to accept this new reality. In his first press conference as a Utah Jazz member, Bailey expressed shock but also gratitude for his lifelong dream come true. He has to accept his new reality to be able to maximize his career. And that is something that he has to deal with for the next 4 years unless he's traded. So Bailey possesses elite athletic tools and an NBA-ready body, averaging 17.6 points, 7.2 rebounds in college. However, he faces the challenge of restoring his legacy and earning back fan goodwill due to the pre-draft antics and also the draft antics, especially as they displayed a lack of gratitude. You can even see in the same draft, Kaman Malwach was drafted, and you can see the man was in tears even when he went and greeted Adam Silver there. The man was happy to be there, but you could see there's a level of entitlement when it came to Ace Bailey. So yeah, it was crazy. So the Jazz team isn't that bad because the Jazz have a talented roster. There's Lauri Markkanen, Jordan Clarkson, he went to the Knicks, Walker Kessler is there. That could potentially allow Ace Bailey to succeed despite not being the first choice. And you can see when the Jazz went ahead and drafted Ace Bailey, he was going to be plugged into the rotation immediately. And Jordan Clarkson, you could see he went out to the Knicks. He left the Jazz in free agency, went to the Knicks. So there's always a space for the new rookie to come in. So I don't know why he came out like that. So Ace Bailey's unconventional pre-draft process means that he will start his career from behind and needs to prove himself on the court. So I saw this story, and this is just a rundown on what really happened. And I must say, it was a crazy situation. You never expect an NBA athlete to move like that. You never expect somebody to, especially somebody who is entering the NBA to act like it's in NBA free agency. And sometimes I feel like, the players being, having their own mentality and choosing their own destiny. Okay, I can even take Ace Bailey's side. I know he wants to come in as a number 1 option on the team, and also he doesn't want to go to a situation where he's going to get wasted, but his decisions are great. But from what I've been seeing, especially from, the NBA fans, the reactions, he went about it in the wrong way. Paul George came out and said a few things. Matt Barnes, he came out and said a few things. It's a very sad way of going about things. And I feel like it has tanked his stock a bit because the amount of respect that, even NBA execs, coaching staff, and it can even be very awkward, especially when it comes to even him checking in this new team. I know he's trying to clean up because the raw reactions that he had, especially after he got drafted by the Jazz, he did a few pressers. He was like, he can't control anything. He came out like that. But a few days later, when the backlash was a lot and a lot of people were talking, you can even see Kendrick Perkins said a few things. I know First Take were going ahead and saying and covering this situation. He had to come back and try to, save his face and try to like the Jazz, because had he continued with his high horse and his high stand, things will have gone sideways very fast. And I must say, right now he's trying to clean up his act, and he's going to be very awkward, especially with his new team. And honestly, with him going about and blowing off teams like that, when he hits free agency, the executives, the guys who are running the other organizations, they're going to look at this guy as somebody who can blow them off, similar to what they did in the NBA draft. And it's something that is going to haunt him for forever. And the NBA never forgets. Whatever a little thing that these players do, they're always recorded somewhere, and somebody's going to bring it up and they're going to use it as a way to take you down. And when that happens, you not even have an opportunity to even defend yourself, because you did this even before you even proved yourself. I know coming from college, he's a beast and he has a lot of upside. But the slate is wiped clean when you enter into the NBA because this is a new landscape and you have to prove yourself on the NBA floor. This man already proved himself at the college realm. He's a very good player, a very good upside. But now if you look at what he's doing, especially when it comes to like the NBA floor, he's going to be judged every single day after his rookie year, in his rookie deal. We're going to see if he's going to outplay his rookie deal. If he doesn't outplay his rookie deal, it's going to be very difficult for him to be able to even establish his value again because he came up with a lot of arrogance, blowing off teams like that. So there's a certain level of tolerance that people are going to have on you, especially when you're talented, and they're going to overlook that. But the moment your performance drops, they're going to remember this, and it's going to be it's going to be very bad for this guy. So it is what it is. So do you think Ace Bailey is worth the drama? Do you think he's going to be able to succeed in the NBA with his attitude? Comment down below what you think about this. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get notified because I'm going to be releasing a ton of videos of this nature. And I'm out. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Was there any point that you considered not coming to Utah?
No, not at all. Just blessed to be in this position I am. Not a lot of people can sit in these chairs and have great teammates as I got on that came on with me. So I'm just blessed to be here.
When you look at what the Jazz have on the floor and your skill set, what do you feel like you bring to this team where you can make an immediate impact?
I got great energy. I can do everything from rebounding, from defense to scoring to passing. So I could say I could bring it a lot in different ways.
18 years old. It's tough for young players to come right into the NBA. Do you think you can make an immediate impact despite your age and just 1 year of college experience?
Absolutely.
Well, what makes you so mature to be able to do that?
In the gym, late nights, all the hard work I put in, I believe in it.
What's been your first 24 hours like here in Salt Lake? And did you come right to the gym off the plane?
Yeah, for sure I did. I was excited to see what the practice facility was like. It's a great scenery. As soon as I got off the plane, I didn't think the mountains was real. It was so beautiful. It was just seeing that scenery, just being in that position, just getting off that plane, just meeting the coaches, which is all great.
Ace, what does the rest of your summer look like? Is it summer league, and then do you anticipate staying here in Utah and working with Jazz coaches, or staying closer to home? How do you plan that out?
Definitely gonna be here for sure, putting a lot of weight room in, getting to know my coaches and my teammates. So I'll be doing probably both, just working out here most of the time.
You went viral when you said that statement during that interview. You got no weaknesses and more than two strengths. Love that, man. Where does that confidence come from such a young age?
I trust my work. I countless hours in the gym. Everything that I do. So I trust it. Everybody make mistakes. God didn't put us here to be perfect. So just trust myself. And
I want to know what's going on in Ace Bailey's camp because I don't, but I'm hearing a lot of madness outside of him canceling workouts and allegedly, I say this allegedly again, asking for money during team interviews. I don't know if this is some NIL residue, but I'm hearing that Sharif Cooper's father, Amar Cooper, is his agent, and that's dangerous sometimes. We've seen the father-son duo work. Tobias Harris's dad represents him, and he's went in there, got his bread. Even if some of these rumors aren't true, what we know is true is the way he's blowing off these teams. And this is a very copycat, weird sports leagues we play in. We were hearing rumbles with Shador Sanders, and we saw, unfortunately, what happened to him. And we all know should have been a top 5, top 10 at worst pick. So just my whole thing to Ace, man, is tread lightly the way you're moving and the information that's being spread. The outside bullshit is already starting to be loud, and that's never a good sign for teams. That's stuff that kind of scares teams away. But you are so talented that I think they're probably going to overlook that. But once you get settled and drafted, fresh slate, just go out there and hoop, ball. Be the best hooper you can. Don't let the outside bullshit ever make more noise than what you're doing on the court. I want to know what's going
Bailey. And recently, I don't know if it was him or his agent, but his agent or him came out and said that basically that he wanted to go to a team where he's going to be the #1 option. Almost kind of throwing a little demands out before he's even really stepped on the NBA floor. What are your thoughts of seeing a young guy like that? And just from being in the Sixers organization, just does that cause any you know, we got me, Joel, we got Tyrese. Like maybe we go, you know, with someone that, you know, is okay with being more of a role player for the first couple years.
I mean, I think if I'm Ace Bailey, I can't get mad if my stock drops. You know what I mean? I can't get mad if my stock drops, you know. But he's canceled all workouts. Like, he hasn't worked out for any team. So like, I don't.
One team?
No,
that's crazy.
He hasn't worked out for any
He's
team.
tripping.
Yeah, tripping. So I think they made a big deal because we were scheduled to work him out, and he canceled the day up. But he hasn't worked out for any team. But you're not in a position to be making those demands. You know what I mean? Like,
not
make
even
it to the
there
league
yet.
first.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what
not
I mean?
even there yet.
Or the people around him.
It's for sure the people.
Of course,
around
the people
him.
around
For sure the
him.
people around him. I think he's.
Mama and daddy's playing manager.
I don't know who's representing him. I don't know who's representing him, but you know, I don't think they're going about it the right way. Obviously, Dylan Harper's the second best player in this draft. But if he goes to Senate, like, they have a Dylan Harper. Like, that was Stephen Castle this year, or Stephen Castle. Like, that was him this year. They have Fox. They have Vassell. Like, they have Shelton. Like, they have guards already. So, like, why wouldn't you take a swing either on a big or a wing?
So you're not a best available type of franchise owner, GM.
I mean, if like I think not VJ. I think Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey are like
saying that
it's a toss up. I think those two, whoever has the second best, is going for what they need.
I'm saying, like with San Antonio, if they already have a guy, you'd rather pick somebody that more fits your team than getting
I
the
would
best.
pick somebody that more fits my team. I would pick a Ace Bailey because I just drafted.
Gotcha.
And what was Castle, rookie of the year? Like, what did he finish
Castle,
rookie of the year?
He was rookie of the year, right? Yeah, he was.
So I have that already. You know what I mean? Like, I think Dylan Harper, they kind of have similar intangibles, right? You know,
I forgot Castle was rookie of the year. Damn.
Yeah. And I think what you're seeing with OKC, you're probably right. Like, that, talk about just a well put together team. Like, it just seems like they got all their pieces lined up to where, you know, it shows that, you know.
But I don't think Ace Bailey doesn't fit a San Antonio culture vibe.
No, not now.
Not right now.
Yeah, saying that he wants to be number one, like,
I wonder if they'll make I hate to say this, and I wish nothing but the best for him, but that, again, just seems bold. And I know, like, this younger generation, it's a little bit different just with, you know, coming into the league and money and you're the guy, but this could be a humbling experience.
That's
for
a
him,
kid.
possibly.
That's
big humble.
That's a kid that's been paid in college, bro. It ain't like.
That's what I'm saying. He's like,
I got money.
Like,
That's
I don't care. Like, I would tell you where I want to go. I got money now. It's a rough start, but you know, take it further than that. Like, he already came out with that, right? And the NBA they do their homework, bro. Like, you don't think they haven't talked to teachers you had? They haven't talked to other coaches, your high school coaches. Like, you don't. They do their homework. Like, they do their background checks, right? And so, like, at the end of the day, you always remember, like, this is a business. You're going into, you know, if I'm going to put my money behind you, I need to know that you're going to represent us well. And it's almost me before the team before he's on a team. You know what I mean? So, like, my advice, man, is just, you know, man, that's cool to, like, guys have done that, right? Guys have said, like, hey, I would want to play here. I want to play there. That's fine.
Reasonable.
Like, that's reasonable.
Right. That's just a dream.
Like,
yeah.
Everybody has the cliche, whoever drafts me.
Yeah.
That's the political.
Yeah.
But, like, of course, somebody, like, there's obviously teams guys want to go to. And that he's not wrong for wanting to be a number one option. I'm with him all the way. But to go in, like, the way of going about it is just not right.
These kids getting too much money before they get the real money, and that's the problem.